Thursday Night Football, Week 3. New York Giants, 1-1, somehow pulling the rabbit out of their butts against the Arizona Cardinals, taking on the San Francisco 49ers, who obliterated the Steelers Week 1 and would have covered the spread against the Rams, but for Sean McVay's still inexplicable decision to kick a field goal down 10 with 4 seconds left in the game. This, Chris, was just for you. I wrote this the other night when I saw the quotes in the Kyle Shanahan Tuesday press conference transcript. One of the points you have made many times about short week football, not related to injuries, but related to preparation of the teams. Here is Shanahan answering the question of whether he feels really rushed the week of a Thursday night game.
Yes. You feel extremely rushed. I saw the players a few hours ago, and it was the first time I saw them. I told them it was Wednesday morning, and by the end of our first meeting, it was Thursday. That's kind of how we explained it. And tomorrow morning is Friday, but by 10 o'clock, it's the day before the game. So it's weird. We're throwing 4 days into 2 days. As coach and staff, we throw 2 days into 1 day. So it's kind of a lost for words when I can't swear up here. It's a something show as we do it, but then it's about retaining it when it slows down. Like, we got to put them all through it, the players, so we just throw it all at them. We go out and walk through it twice. We go watch it. It's just, and then it'll slow down tonight when they leave, but that's usually about sleeping and catching up. And then tomorrow, kind of when you get to the hotel, it's like, all right, now it's normal.
It's a something show. Gee, I don't know what word he would have said.
That's good. He wants to swear to explain
said.
his point, but he can't talk the way he normally talks when he's in that setting. So,
But that's, look, the NFL continues to justify short week football by saying the injury rate on Sunday is no different than the injury rate on Thursday, which is just one little sliver of the story. Some guys who get injured on Sunday can't play on Thursday, and they would have been able to play on Sunday. That never gets acknowledged by the league. And this idea that you are taking 6 days of preparation, what would have been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and condensing it to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, of course that's going to potentially affect the quality of the game. Now, there's no strategic advantage because both teams have to deal with it, but you definitely get yourself in a position where the teams aren't as prepared, and there's more of a seat-of-the-pants quality to the way the game unfolds. Now, I remember one extremely entertaining early season Thursday night game between the Rams and the 49ers 5, 6, 7 years ago. Early in the McVay-Shanahan rivalry that was like 35-32 back and forth. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Very exciting game between a couple of teams that I don't think either one made the playoffs.
No, I don't think they did that year.
But it was a great Thursday night game.
Right.
So we can still get great football on Thursday night, but the teams clearly aren't as prepared as they would like to be, as they usually are, and that was the gist of what Shanahan said.
Yeah, and I honestly, to go off on that a little bit, I think the short week hurts people like Shanahan more than maybe some of the other coaches in football. I mean, let's be honest. We know he's one of the most creative coaches in football. He's the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. There's nobody that's more creative than Shanahan. I mean, I have people all the time text me, "Oh man, we're gonna play your buddy this week. Holy cow, his offense. Holy cow, I can't believe all the stuff they do. Holy cow, all the formations and shifts. He's on another level, right?" So this is taking a huge part of it. Is a little bit of a schematical advantage when it comes to a guy like Shanahan, because the Giants and Wink Martindale are, like you're saying, they're going to catch Shanahan on 3 less days for him to stew and think and go, "Oh, wait, let me tinker with this play. Ooh, I found something on a Friday morning here on film a little bit that, ooh, I can maybe add this little package to the game plan." That's where it hurts people like Shanahan. Now, Dayball is really creative on that side of the ball too, not as much as Shanahan, so it hurts him. But yeah, that's where you lose a little pizzazz or sizzle on Thursday night. But still, I'm still glad we have Thursday night. I'm excited to watch it. I just wish they could find a different formula to where it wasn't 4 days. That's what we've argued, right? I wish that they could find some way to, whether they just a little more time for these guys, the players, the coaches, everybody. And I think it would be a better product on the field, but that's easier said than done. I know that. But yeah, it's a real thing, and it's exhausting for these coaches through this little 3-day stretch of them trying to pile it all together in such a short time.
Within 15 minutes after posting the story on Tuesday night with the Shanahan quotes, another head coach reached out with an idea, with a formula that I haven't had a chance to really sit down and study, but there is a way to do it. If you can sacrifice some early season short week games, there's a way to give teams basically 1.5 buys.
Right.
To give them their normal bye week, to give them the Sunday off before they play on Thursday. And then maybe later in the year, you can play Tuesday and Wednesday. It's conducive to working that in. So
we
at
kind
some
of said
point,
that,
I'm gonna
right?
sit down and kind of write it all up.
Yeah.
We said it last year. It comes up at least once a year. Last year it came up because Tua Tagovailoa had the week 3 non-concussion concussion against the Bills,
right.
and then the Thursday night real concussion stretcher to the hospital in Cincinnati, and that sparked the usually once per year, what can we do to get these guys more rest between games? And that's out there, and I think there's a lot of people that would like to do that. The league wants to keep it the way it is. The league wants to start short week football the first week of the season. So there's a lot of tension there. And we saw what happened with late season flexing. I mean, think about this, Chris. You can plan for your one short week game per year. Like, even though Kyle Shanahan is in the midst of a something show this week where the clock is accelerated and Tuesday is Wednesday and Wednesday is Saturday and it's just weird. He got it early. He could get ahead of some of the stuff.
Agreed.
And put some of the hay in the barn because he knew as of May, he knew what this was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we've got this possibility that you're going to find out with not a whole lot of notice that you've got another Sunday to Thursday turnaround that you weren't even aware of, that wasn't even on the radar screen, because the Thursday night game that was coming up, week 15, it would be a something show. So they want to flip it out for another one. So here you are minding your own business thinking that you're playing week 15 on Sunday, and you find out, oh no, you have another 3 days instead of 6 days turnaround. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the late season flexing, but it's all about boosting the TV audiences and giving all of us better games to watch. They don't care about the quality of the game in the abstract. They just assume you put the players out there and it will settle into a football game that is fun to watch, even if the teams aren't as prepared as they would have been.
No, you're right. I mean, it still is great entertainment tonight. I know you'll be sitting on the couch at 7 o'clock and watching the pregame show and getting geared up, and so will I. It's still NFL football. Okay, maybe not 7 o'clock. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
I don't watch.
All right,
the
so
pregame. Am I supposed to watch the pregame show?
No, you're not. But I don't know. I mean, I can't help it. I tune in anything football when I get a chance there, so I watch it, and at least it just gets me juiced up for the game a little bit, and kind of sets the table.
I get into a time crunch, and ideally I would watch the pregame show, but I got to get my workout in. I got to go pick up, whatever my son and if he's going to have a couple friends over, got to go get some food. It's a lot of stuff.
So you're still running some errands there. I got you.
If I get to the barn by 8 o'clock, that's the goal. Get there by 8, got 15 minutes before kickoff, and yeah.
Well, but to your point with the early season thing is it is real in the fact that, okay, one, it's tough early season because you feel like, hey, we're just getting into football shape here, and all of a sudden we're on a short week. But the positive is what you said, and that does go on. Like I could specifically say I was at a football camp in, it was, I guess, July, and there was some Giant coaches there, and they told me that they had spent some time on Shanahan. They were one of these coaches that I was just kind of telling you about. Oh, man, we were breaking down the Niners and, your buddy Shanahan last week, right? So there is, when you have that early season Thursday night game, you're right. Most teams are going to find a week at the end of June or early July to kind of go, hey, let's spend, a day or two just preparing for this short week game. So we got a little stuff in a file so we can kind of just hit the ground running when the game's over and we're done with Arizona. And okay, hey, we got some stuff, laid down as far as the groundwork there, and they go from there. Those are the advantages, but it's still tough. And I hope the NFL can find a good formula like we're talking about. I think it would be better for all of us, the players, the coaches, the TV audience, and all that. And hopefully that happens one day.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.